Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to my underground lair. Well, I wanted to clear some things up about this assignment right here, the events before the Civil War, like a little packet that we worked on in class. If you don't have it, you lost it, whatever, well, that's why I've given you a copy of it. You can go through it and you can fill in the blanks on your own or record your answers on Google Doc, whichever one is more convenient. I recommend the Google Doc because then you can post that and then I can see it. Anyway, let's get into it. So in class, we left off probably around here, Uncle Tom's cabin. So we haven't quite gotten to this election yet. So let's talk about that. So here we are. The election of 1852 between the Whig General Winfield Scott. Move that out of my way. There we go. And his opponent, Democrat Franklin Pierce. Young and fierce was Franklin Pierce, the man without a chin. It's kind of hidden in his collar shirt. So he won the election. The Whig Party was just kind of falling apart. And as you can see by his hair, it really had nothing to do with Whigs. So the Whig Party was fragmenting, kind of falling apart, and then another political party was going to pick up the pieces afterwards. So if we keep going, we run into another problem. Love these maps for a lot of reasons because you can really visualize what's happening in the country. Here's our old friend Henry Clay. And the settlers wanted slavery to be allowed in the Nebraska and Kansas territories despite the Missouri Compromise. So this was becoming another element of tension. And according to the Missouri Compromise, everything above this line right here was supposed to be free. But as you can see, Utah was open to slavery. So another little problem. So if we keep going, we have the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854. This was introduced by Senator Stephen Douglas. So this is another element of compromise. You've got elements that benefited the North, elements that benefited the South. So what did the North get out of it? Well, they pretty much got Southern support for a Northern transcontinental railroad. What did the South get? Well, I think many of you can probably guess. Can you? Popular sovereignty would be used used to decide if slavery would be allowed in the Kansas and Nebraska territories. Now, what is popular sovereignty? This lovely little combination of words right here. Well, the word popular just means by will of the people. Sovereignty means the rule of. So basically, the people would decide whether or not slavery would be allowed in those territories. And essentially, this nullifies, it cancels the Missouri Compromise. The Missouri Compromise said everything above that line would be a free state. But now the Kansas-Nebraska Act is basically saying, no, we're going to ignore that. Kansas and Nebraska are going to decide for themselves. And that leads to basically the Republican Party being formed. You've got angry elements of the Whigs, the Know-Nothings, and the Democrats, all who are objecting to slavery. They reform into a new political party called the Republicans. And nowadays, the modern Republican Party gets its start here. So, yeah, members of the Free Soil Whig and the Democratic parties joined together to create the Republican Party. They opposed the expansion of slavery into all the new territories. And that leads us into Bleeding Kansas. So feel free to pause the video here. But why do you think it's called Bleeding Kansas? What was going on in this area to make it bleed? So